before rebuking the would-be stoners of the adulteress.
Nobody knew what he wrote down.
Okay. Scripture doesn't say. Can we give it to them? Okay. Mwanzo, your last question. What is the distinction of the following line of scripture? Surely I come quickly. What is the distinction of the following line of scripture? Surely I come quickly. What makes it unique? That is what is being asked.
The exact time is not given.
No. I think your time is up. No one gets that one. The answer is, it is the last quotation in the Bible attributed to Jesus. Thank you very much, Mwanzo and Eugenie. We'll see one of you. Fine, I'll begin on my right with St. Matthew's. Quote the dying words of Stephen. Quote the dying words of Stephen. Sorry, your time is up. College of Health Sciences.
Lord, forgive them for they do not know what they are doing. Behold, I see heaven open.
Sorry? No.
And Jesus standing there.
You have quoted Jesus' last saying. It's almost the same, so I'll need the help of the judges. Lord, lay not this sin to their charge. Okay, they've said, their answer was, Lord, forgive them for they know not what they do, but the answer is, Lord, lay not this sin to their charge. It's okay? Okay, fine. So you get 10 points. Okay. Your question. What event caused Jesus to desire solitude? What event caused Jesus to desire solitude?
When he saw the multitudes coming.
No. St. Matthew? Transfiguration. No, the correct answer is the death of John the Baptist. Matthew 14, verse 13. Okay, your second question, SK. What is the wages of sin? What is the wages of sin? Correct, Romans. Health Sciences, what did Jesus say has enough troubles of its own? What did Jesus say has enough trouble of its own?
A day.
Yes, each day. Matthew 6:34. Okay, your last question. Who do modern Christians call a tent maker? Who do modern Christians call a tent maker? No. College of Health Sciences?
Someone who supports, who's not a mission active, but they support through finances.
Close, but no, none of you got it. The answer is a foreign missionary employed in some other capacity who uses this opportunity to minister. That is a modern day tent maker. Okay. Your last question, if I'm not wrong, I have lost count. Okay. How did Jesus know his clothes had been touched? How did Jesus know his clothes had been touched?
Virtue flowed from him.
Correct. Virtue flowed.
Elizabeth. Anne.
Julius.
Regina. Faith Manu.
And Chikuku.
Thank you. And there's no forgetting help from Jenna and Momo. We will disqualify. Okay, the first question, beginning on my right. Name 2 tax collectors Jesus knew personally. Name 2 tax collectors Jesus knew personally.
Matthew and Zacchaeus.
Correct. Matthew 10. Town B. What phenomenon occurred during the crucifixion of Christ from the 6th to the 9th hour? What phenomenon occurred during the crucifixion of Christ from the 6th to the 9th hour?
There was darkness.
Correct. Matthew 27, verse 45. Golden Ages. In which book do we read the following quotation? Behold, happy is the man whom God corrected. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. In which book do we read the following quotation? Behold, happy is the man whom God corrected or corrects. Therefore, despise not the chastening of the Almighty.
Proverbs.
No? Town B, would you like to try?
Psalms.
No, the correct answer is Job. Job 5, verse 17. Town B. What incident is being referred to in this quotation? Yea, though evil against me, but God meant it unto good to bring to pass to save much people alive. Sorry, this is King James. What incident is being referred to in this quotation? Yea, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it unto good to bring to pass to save much people alive. It's town B.
Joseph, when the brothers thought that he would actually revenge against the one they had done.
Correct. It is Joseph. Let's use the microphone so that it is heard. Your last question, Golden Ages. Why did the Bereans search the scripture daily? Why did the Bereans search the scriptures daily?
They wanted to know for themselves the truth.
Okay. Close. Clarify. That's enough. Do I judges? Okay. Town B.
They wanted to confirm what Paul was saying, whether it was true.
Correct. The distinction is correct. All right. Town B, your last question. Who ordered Jesus scourged or whipped? Who ordered Jesus to be scourged or whipped?
Pontius Pilate.
Correct. Thank you very much. Town B and Golden Ages. See you in the next round. The next teams come up. Young couple versus pioneer clinic. Okay. In the meantime, you can get introduction from the young couples fellowship. It's only men.
My name is Peter Kinajuri. Eddie Kuto. Kiprono Chisiga.
Okay. Pioneer clinic.
Charity Kigo.
Peter Kigo.
Alright. Thank you. So again, I'll begin on my right. Pioneer clinic. The same question. Why was Zachariah punished with temporary dumbness? which wife would conceive? That is the correct answer. Luke 1 verse 19 to 20.
So that's different. It's very different.
Okay.
That's different from what they.
Alright, so Pioneer Clinic, your question. Which one of Christ's ancestors was a prostitute? Which one of Christ's ancestors was a prostitute? This would be new for someone, I'm sure.
Rahab.
Correct. Matthew 1 verse 1. Young couples, which Bible book suggests that the world was round centuries before scientists proved it? Which Bible book suggested that the world was round centuries before scientists proved it?
Isaiah.
Correct. Isaiah 40. Pioneer Clinic. What does Paul say should be done with legal cases between Christian believers? What does Paul say should be done with legal cases between Christian believers?
They should not be settled in court and they should be given to the elders.
Correct. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 1 to 8. Young couples, your last question. What did Jesus, Moses, and Elijah once talk about? What did Jesus, Moses, and Elijah once talk about? And your time is up. Pioneer Clinic.
The sonship of Jesus. The sonship of Jesus.
No, the correct answer is Jesus is dead. Luke 9 verse 28 to 31. Your last question, Pioneer Clinic. What was the name of the first female Christian believer in Athens? What was the name of the first female Christian believer in Athens?
Sila.
No, the correct answer is Damaris. Acts 17 verse 34. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to ask you. Sorry. My bad. I will put you a speech for that. Thank you very much, Pioneer Clinic and young couples. The next two teams are Youth for Christ versus Upper Town Inter-Homecare. Youth for Christ versus Upper Town Inter-Homecare. Come up here with your label next time. Your question. In what fundamental Christian doctrine did the Sadducees not believe? In what fundamental Christian doctrine did the Sadducees not believe?
The resurrection.
Correct. Acts 4 verse 1. Upper Town A. To whom did King Herod call to ascertain the time that the star of Bethlehem appeared? To whom did King Herod call to ascertain the time that the star of Bethlehem appeared?
The wise men.
Correct. Matthew 2. But a quick correction, is not the three wise men, the wise men. Youth for Christ. Which book says, behold, he comes with the clouds and every eye shall see him? Behold, he comes with the clouds and every eye shall see him. Which book says that?
Revelation.
Correct. Revelations 1 verse 7. Upper Town A. How does Corinthians suggest that Christians should greet one another? How does 1 Corinthians suggest that Christians should greet one another? Really, people? With a holy kiss. Correct. Okay. Youth for Christ, your last question. Who sold a piece of property ostensibly to give the money to the apostles but secretly kept some for himself? Who sold a piece of property to give the money to the apostles but secretly kept some for himself? Correct. Acts 5 verse 1 to 2. Your last question, Apatam A. Where was Peter sleeping when he was struck on the side? Where was Peter sleeping when he was struck on the side? Prison? Correct. Acts 12. We'll see you in the next round. Thank you very much. Okay, our next Thank you so much. So, Eldoret for Christ, your question. For what purpose did the disciples cast lots in the upper room? For what purpose did the disciples cast lots in the upper room?
To choose someone to replace Judas.
Correct. According to most theologians and historians, how many of Paul's New Testament epistles were written from prison? According to most theologians and historians, how many of Paul's New Testament epistles or letters were written from prison? No? Would you like to try Eldoret for Christ? 2. No, the correct answer is 5. Alright, Eldoret for Christ. In the analogy used by the writer of Ephesians, what is represented by the helmet? In the analogy used by the writer of Ephesians, what is represented by the helmet? What does the helmet represent? Your time is up. Sorry. Pioneer? Sorry? No? Anyone in the audience? Salvation. Thank you. Okay, Pioneer, your question. What did Jesus say a man should do before he casts the mote out of his brother's eye? Am I asking the right team the question? What did Jesus say a man should do before he casts the mote out of his brother's eye?
To first remove the log on their eyes, from their eyes.
Correct. Matthew 7. Eldoret for Christ, your last question. Who were the first 2 disciples that Jesus called to follow him? Who were the first 2 disciples that Jesus called to follow him?
John or James?
No? Pioneer?
Peter and James.
No. You are close. Peter and Andrew. Your last question, Pioneer. What nationality was Eunice's husband? What nationality was Eunice's husband? Eunice, your husband. What country?
Ethiopian?
Eldora Price, would you like to try? Correct. The answer is Greek. Thank you very much. We'll see one of you or both of you in the next round. So as we are doing the tallying of points before round 2, we are going to have 2 people doing scripture memory. Can I please have the names of those doing scripture memory? In the meantime, if you go through to round 2, you will be asking questions to the other team. I think you were told when you were preparing that you should prepare 10 questions to ask the other team. You will be asking 3, so you can choose the 3 questions you will ask the other team. So please prepare in the meantime for that as we get scripture memory.
These are those guys. The ones who memorize the scriptures. Are we together? Yes. How many memorized? Mkono juu. Hey, clap for them. Watu wengine ndio wanajua Jesus wept. Hata hiyo ni basi, it's okay. Wengine wanajua you shall not drink wine, drink a little wine for the stomach. Wengine wanajua hiyo. The first person to come and recite for us is a child. Anaitwa Abigail Samantha from West Indies. Pigeni makofi. Passion yake ni good news. Good news. Abigail, shika hii microphone. Are you ready? Breathe in. Out. Are we ready? The sound people? Okay? Hi.
Good afternoon, church. Good afternoon once more. My name is Abigail from Inter-Homecare, and I'm going to present Psalm 46 from Good News Bible. God is our shelter and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble, so we will not be afraid, even if the earth is shaken and the mountains fall into ocean depths, even if the seas roar and rage, and the hills are shaken by the violence. There is a river that brings joy to the city of God, the sacred house of the Most High. God is in that city, and it will never be destroyed. At early dawn, He will come to its aid. Nations are terrified, kingdoms are shaken. God thunders and the earth dissolves. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Come and see what the Lord has done. See what amazing things He has done on earth. See what amazing things He has done on earth. He stops swords all over the world. He breaks bows, destroys spears, and sets shields on fire. Stop fighting, He says. I know that I am God, supreme among the nations, supreme over the world. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Thank you.
Listen, please.
God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we shall not fear, though the earth be removed, though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with its swelling. There is a river whose stream shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacle of the Most High. God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved, and God shall help her just at the break of dawn. The nations raged, the kingdoms are moved, he uttered his voice, the earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us, the God of Jacob is our refuge. Come behold the works of the Lord, who made the desolations of the earth. He makes war cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and cuts the spear in two. He burns